Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Pacific Stage 2 for playoffs. My guest at this time is Jovi, the assistant coach for Talon, coming off of their match against DRX, in which they came out victorious 2-1, moving on forward into the next round of the playoff phase, and most importantly, securing top three so far in this league. And so, Jovi, thank you so much for the opportunity as always, and job well done on this victory against DRX. This has never happened before. I say this because in an official VCT setting, Talon has never defeated DRX up until today. So, how's the feeling like for you? What's it like to realize this result first and foremost?
Oh man, it's amazing. Like it's hard to put into words how exciting it feels to be able to do this. Like you said, it's the first time ever, right? That Talon's been able to beat them, that we've been able to come out swinging, and with so much on the line too. It's just a lot of fun. I love Valorant. Like this is amazing.
Yeah, of course, nothing beats the feeling of victory against such a thorn into this team's side. And so DRX is known to be a team that always switches up their compositions and always switches up their game plan to a given team per week. Obviously this proved to be no different, but still, like to go the full distance and beat them 2-1. What was the game plan first and foremost? As yourself working with FrosT and having to figure out how they approached the game.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
it's hard for us to fully go. We just played a match yesterday against Nongshim, and then going right back into it today. It's hard to fully prep for something like that, like game plan wise, but we had an idea of what we wanted to do. Um, and I felt very strong coming into this with a really good ante. I think I've been proud before of like other matches, but this one I felt like I downloaded them completely. Like even with their comp changes, it didn't even matter. And we just felt very confident. I think it's the biggest thing. The confidence that we had going into today was just through the roof, and it just keeps on going and going every match that we play. So I think that's the biggest thing for when it comes to prep is just the confidence. Like if we feel confident, we'll beat any team.
Obviously this switch happened in map two. In which their map one in bind, DRX came out on top on bind 13-11, but you guys started out with the foot on the pedal on Haven, and then going up with a 9-3 lead, and then continuing that, carrying that forward into the very end, and then moving on over to Lotus. I mean, how much did, as you said, the confidence played into not only how the team conducts themselves in the server, but also trying to get the game plan working to your favor in tandem?
Yeah, definitely the bind was close, but we realized how they were playing and what, I started noticing too. And we just talked right after real quick. We were like, look, it came down 13-11. We made a few mistakes that we really shouldn't have, but we're in the right spots, the right times, and we just got to get rid of these like nerves. So going into Haven, we knew, okay, what we know about them is true. What we feel like we need to be doing was working. Let's just be confident, just do it. Like don't hesitate. And that was pretty much it. Like we just told ourselves that don't hesitate. Don't like the moment you hesitate, we lose that momentum and that foot off the gas type of thing. Give them a free kill and then it just starts snowballing. So that's pretty much it. And went into Haven and we knew how it felt and we're like, all right, Lotus is our map. They wanted to play it against us. They're the ones that picked it. Let's show them what's up. And that's what happened.
Definitely what happened indeed, and like going now into just sort of the significance of this result. Now you guys are in top three, not fully there yet in champions. It has basically become simple maths. You need one more or win to secure that ticket. And so still though, like it's been a long time, or it's been a process for you guys to get to this point. And obviously there's all this talk and recognition, deserved recognition for the coach FrosT and also Cruz and also the rest of the team to orchestrate the whole thing. But I feel like not a lot of recognition has been put into your side, Jovi, because like I do know that like there's a system in place in which you can give feedback to the team as you've been saying in this conversation specifically for this match, and then help them adapt and refine and improve and kick ass. And how has that process been like for you to not only work with the team and go through the changes in stage two, but also see their improvement, and also how gratifying is it for you to be able to make this process work and be so successful in a season like this?
Yeah, no, I mean, the biggest thing about this is that we all trust each other, and we give each other room to make a call, and if it goes right, great. If it doesn't, we don't own up to it, but we trust each other on that call, and that's been the biggest thing going into this stage, not just between Frost, Cruz, and I, but the players as well. We did role changes in off season. We had a very successful boot camp, being able to change the roles and say, you know what, this is how we want to play. This is the last stage to make it to champions. Let's just try it and let's just do it, and whatever happens happens, and that's been our motto going game after game. you know just let's have fun, let's do it, let's put our best foot forward, and whatever happens happens. Like, even after the DFM game, um we saw it as like, okay, there was things that we could have fixed. We came right back into T1, right? We showed a very dominant match, I feel like. And then even going against PRX, Masters Toronto winners, our motto was like, whatever happens happens, let's just play some Valorant. And game of inches is what I said about that one. And that really opened our eyes, I would say, of like, and we can take down some great teams and compete against the best. So it's just fuel to us, and we just enjoy playing Valorant. We enjoy playing it together, and just want to keep on doing it.
As it is right now for this team in this playoff phase, now awaiting their opponent for the upper bracket finals, what do you feel are Talon's biggest strengths so far? And also, in 10 or more so, looking at the other side of the coin, what do you feel is the biggest weakness that the team still has to work on even now?
It's funny. I think their biggest strength is that they have fun, and I think their biggest weakness is they have too much fun. Um, and like, what I mean by that is, they're, no matter if they lose a round, they're still laughing and enjoying the moment. They're a group of friends outside of the server, and it shows inside of it. And that's like, I feel like the biggest thing about a team is that chemistry and camaraderie. But when on the other end, when they have too much fun, I mean, even today, right? Like, Killua took a phenomenal timing on Lotus, right? Straight through B, said, forget it, I'm going through, right? And then he goes and does it again because he's just having too much fun. It's those little key mistakes that we keep doing a little too much, but this group just continues to learn from every mistake that they make. And that's, I think, is what has gotten us here, and what continues to make us better is that, sure, we've made mistakes. Like, every team makes mistakes, right? But the fact that they learn from it and they continue to improve is their biggest strength. But it's got to go through those mistakes sometimes.
Most definitely, and like not going back onto yourself, I want to know like how does that dynamic work between yourself and Frost? Because obviously we know how Frost is as the coach, but are you similar to him in that sense, like in terms of your coaching style, or are you kind of like the good cop and the
Yeah.
good cop bad cop dynamic?
Yeah, I know we're definitely good cop, bad cop, mom and dad type of thing, where, I'm more loving and nurturing. And yeah, it's just funny. It actually is hilarious. But yeah, it's been the running joke, but it is very true. He is very stern with them, and things like that. And I come in with like, it's okay, let's get better with this, and it works. Whatever it takes for them to understand and get us where we are right now, right, is what we're gonna do. So
And yeah, and like one more question before I wrap this up. Obviously you're not there at
no
Champions
problem.
yet. Like I said, you're not there at Champions yet, but the chances are still there. You got two lives to make it happen against whoever it is that you have. And obviously, I've followed your career to a decent amount in this game. Obviously, remember your appearance in GC Champions a few years ago for Evil Geniuses, and already having that experience there, helping Talent to be where they're at right now. And so, should you guys make it to Champions, it'll be the first time, obviously, for you to get to that stage. So how much would it mean for you to potentially make it happen with this team, with all of the things that have been going on for this team and also for yourself?
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps because I remember that run with Evil Geniuses for GC. We were the complete underdogs, and we just ran through a lower bracket and make it into GC, and that was an insane moment. And here, going into stage 2, what we're doing, right? It's not a lower bracket, so I'm so glad, thank God. But like, in reality, we're the underdogs in a way, right? Like, we have 3 rookies that are coming out and showing up and showing out, and in reality, we're not supposed to be here, right? Like, when you play against a team like DRX, when you play against a team like T1 or PRX, right? Like, those are the names that that come with the experience and the talent, right? But not Talon. So the fact that we're able to do this, and if we are able to go all the way to champs, would be insane. And I fully believe that we can, because it really feels like that time with EG. And so, one game at a time is all I can say.
Of course, and definitely you guys will be able to will do that for your next match and beyond. So, Jovi, thank you so much once again for the conversation. Really do appreciate it. And of course, best of luck goes to yourself and the rest of the squad for the next match.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, and it's nice to meet you. You're the best.
Thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Best of luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.